The door is actually down. A lot of rubbish in here as well. Wow, look at this. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are in Ballylucra, just outside Cork City. And this is Ballylucra graveyard. And the first thing we see is this beautiful steeple. So, you know, the rest of the church is gone, but that is magnificent. Look at that. And that, the top of it, you know, it's like a witch's hat. So this area of the graveyard is actually really well maintained. We have some interesting features to this graveyard. A magnificent vault, very enchanted kind of a vault, and some mausoleums as well. This is for Margaret Farrell, née Savage, died January 1980, her brother Michael Savage 1992, and her husband William George, August 1997. Loving memory of a dear mum and dad wrote there. The one beside it is actually Savage as well. But you can see that over the years it has started to crumble, which is unfortunate. But this looks like Jeremiah Savage. Looks like 1918 there. I'm not sure of the age, either 8 years or maybe 80 something, I'm just not sure. Mary Babe O'Sullivan, 1975 on that one. But we're going to make our way up here. There's one just kind of up in the wooded area here. In loving memory of the two children of Jeremiah and Jane McCarthy, who died March the 8th, 1872, aged just 2, suffer the little children to come unto me. Now, Jeremiah and Jane, I believe, were twins, and unfortunately they were on a horse and carriage, and they both seem to have fallen off and died, which is extremely sad for the parents. So Jeremiah and Jane McCarthy, that's so sad. Just 2 years of age. Can you just imagine the horror that day, and these two beautiful little children falling to their death? So sad. So as I said, this is what remains of a church that was here. Now, I do remember reading something about the church was bombed. The church was bombed, and this is all that remains. Any extra information I have, I will put it up in writing, and you can pause the video to read any writing that I do put up. So over here we can see these big rails, and you all know by now that I absolutely love the rails, and it's good to see that these still stand Now, unfortunately, the tomb that is in here is completely overgrown. But if you can see that, that is actually a vent from underneath the vault. That is crazy. That would let off all the gases from the bodies below. And of course we have glorious weather today. May it long last. So this is what I would call a very enchanted burial place. Like, just look at this. They would have had to cut this out and into the side here.
Like a hobbit's house.
It's like a hobbit's little... This is just very... It's very beautiful, I have to say. Look at all the stonework there and the moss. Probably can't see that now with the sunlight. But this is it, and it does say something over the top. And it looks like Morris 1861. But then you have this little hole with like a grate. But behind that, there seems to be a door, which is quite strange. I'm just going to zoom in there. I don't think there's anything below that. Let me just take a quick look. It's just like, what it is like just a little room, and then behind it you can see that door there. If I can, just there, that's a door. So the actual coffins must be behind that, which is quite strange, because, you know, they've gone to a lot of bother to close that up with this rail and then a door behind it. But it is very, very beautiful, and as I said, this little pathway down into it. But I do wonder, is there another area into the back of it? You can see all those trees. It's like a little wooded area there. So very, very strange, but also very beautiful.
Spiders and...
Oh, I'd say, yeah. I'd say even little birds go in there. But just have a look at that. That is amazing. Right, let's keep going. So I'm going to bring you just in as far as I can into the tower house here. There's not an awful lot to see. I'm wondering, is there a lot of rubbish in it? Oh, I don't know what's in all those bags. It's like they've been clearing the area. So it's actually sealed off. Oh wow, it does go right up. Right up to the very top. Gosh, there must have been a ladder then to go up there. Maybe there was a bell at one stage in there. I'm not sure. But yeah, definitely they must be clearing the area. Now it does say something here. Jubilee 2000. On the 7th of June 2000. Christ yesterday, today and forever. Mass celebrated in the cemetery. So possibly in the year 2000 was that last ever mass to be said. Could be. So some of the area is not cut yet, and I'm hoping that we'll get around to do that. Down here, I think are some mausoleums. Beautiful rails on this one as well. This is for John, the beloved son of Matthew Barry, 18 63, aged just 18. Very, very young. Now, let me see. Another, looks like a tomb here. They've definitely been clearing all of this area, which is great to see. Might not get to read that. Can you walk in there? Oh, you can't.
Hard to see.
Yeah. No. No. The writing is kind of hidden there by bits of ivy and it's quite worn. This one says in memory of Patrick Buckley, Brook Lodge, 1937. But if we walk in around the grave, we have another kind of creepy looking vault with all that ivy. Lord, look at that. I wish I could zoom you out more to see it, but I'm right up against the wall here. So there is a plaque up over this. Not sure we'd be able to read it very well, if at all. No. There's a lot of writing there, but I just can't seem to read it. But I think
1822 is the
1822. Is there a name? Can you see a name on it anywhere now? No, it's like a poem at the end. Looks like, is that Francis just above your torchlight there?
Helena, I think.
No, but up above that, Francis, look. Down there.
Oh, Francis Anne.
Francis
Francis
Anne.
Anna. Daughter Francis Anna. 1822.
Okay, so it's the early 1800s anyway. So we can't get a surname, unfortunately. But a really, really beautiful resting place. We have what I believe would have been the old door here on the ground. I'd imagine so before they... Yeah, big heavy iron door. Just discarded there. But I believe that would have been just there before they sealed it up. Shouldn't have really taken the door down unless it was kind of down already. Which is a possibility. That is gorgeous. As I said, kind of creepy looking. Now, we'll get back out. Because I think there's another one. Further down. This is for the O'Doherty family. Mary Ellen and her husband Michael. Both of them died in 1977. Mary Ellen died in February and her husband then September. Same year. Just a few months apart. This here actually to me looks like, is it a tomb? I think it is. That is definitely a tomb.
The entrance there.
Oh yeah, so that would have been the entrance into it. So obviously they would have put steps down into it, but they've sealed all that part up.
Look at the size of the headstone.
That is a huge headstone. It's about 7 foot tall, but it's completely covered in moss and brambles, and I believe there's a mausoleum in there as well. And I definitely think this is the older part, but the ivy is completely taken over. Ivy and moss We've some nettles there as well. And it kind of, the moss kind of gives it a creepy kind of feel as well. So yeah, looking at this is definitely a mausoleum just here. Definitely, isn't it? Oh, look at it, it's like a little house. Now I'm going to see if I can get in around, see if we can read it. And I'll switch this back on then. Right, actually if you come around the side of it, the door is actually down. A lot of rubbish in here as well. Wow, look at this. That is... Gosh, look at that. Oh, what we're walking on now is like, I don't know what they're almost like pots just thrown in here. So I don't see any plaque or anything. Wow, that to me definitely looks like it's just old coffin pieces maybe. Look at that. Is there a hole in the ground up there? So I wonder, would there have been two parts to it?
See the handle over there?
I wonder, will I just go in and have a look? Right, I'm going to pause the video for a minute. Right, so we're in as best we can. I'm not sure whether, like, they are definitely handles and pieces of coffin. It's strange that there doesn't seem to be... I do see little bits of like lead, but they could be the name plates. That's another piece of coffin there. Another nameplate. That hole there, I just think it's collapsed a little bit. I don't think it goes down very far at all. I'll just zoom you in. So what I was thinking was maybe there was a place underneath. Maybe. But it just looks too shallow for me. And you can hear my voice. Beautifully made. Really, really beautifully made. But rest in peace to anybody that is buried here. And it is sad to see it the way it is. But that's what happens. Wow. Very interesting. And I'm definitely thinking this is early 1800s, just going by the style of what's left of coffins, which is extremely sad. But I'm going to get back out now. Right, so that is a vault. You can see the roof is like a little slated roof, but inside then is beautiful red brick. And you see there is a lot of rubbish here, which is a shame. And they should really have some sort of bin. What is that? Oh, do you know what that was? It was a Santa Claus, but with weather and time, he's turned yellow. He's lost his red.
Yeah, naked.
Huh? The naked Santa. Oh no. We'll be demonetised. We'll be demonetised for the naked Santa. Anyway, look at, rest in peace, all those people. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So we go from somewhere that's almost hidden and completely decayed away to nothing, to this beautiful area here. The whole place looks magnificent in the sun. It really does. So, you know, I don't know, when you see bits of coffins like that, we know that at some stage someone has been in there and buried in there. So where do the bodies go? Where do the coffins go? Was it vandalised? Was it grave robbers? The answer is it definitely could be when you see it.
Animals could have taken.
Yeah, I just don't know. Just to me, it gives a different feel. Like, look at that. Somebody has gone in there and desecrated the final resting place. I mean, the place is gorgeous. Some of the stones certainly need some care.
It's all hidden.
This is what we're talking about. Like, I mean,
That's a lovely stone carving.
that is beautiful. But look at the moss. I've never seen so many graves covered in ivy and moss
It's a big chain.
before. And this huge old chain, that would have been like the rail. So a simpler style. But everything just seems to have stopped. Time-wise has stopped, but the nature has kept growing and completely covering these gorgeous graves and headstones. This one here is John MacDonald, also his beloved wife Margaret, 1874, and their sons James, John and Patrick. This is a beautiful one here with the dove. Erected by Daniel Needham in memory of his mother, Johanna, aged 83, 1874, and of his brothers Cornelius, 1880, aged 62, John, 1875, aged 49. His sister Kate is there as well. You can see the shamrocks actually as a design around the dove. There's like a shield on this one in loving memory of Ellen Gray, I think it is, or Cray, 1948, and her husband John.
Look at this one in
Oh yeah,
here. Sure.
I was just looking at the tree, and that's just a plane that's going over head. So this is obviously the oldest part. We have the Cotter family, Temple Michael Bridge, Joseph Cotter, 1981. This is also Cotter. Always keep your eyes and ears peeled, because I know a lot of people ask us to find family members, or have we found such and such a name, and we just can't remember. This one says John Fitzgerald, and also his brother Garrett Fitzgerald. I don't see a date on that one, but look at this. It's quite a beautiful headstone. Beside that one is Power. Power is wrote on the Celtic cross, and then underneath we have O'Driscoll's and Lee's, McGrath's, Hall's, from 1951 right up to 1994. So they're all remembered there. So there's some parts are, I suppose, you know, overgrown more than the first ones that we've seen. But you know, I kind of like it. I like that it's been left like this. So we have O'Neill's here. This is all O'Neill's, a whole plot of O'Neill's. Julia O'Neill, William O'Neill, Cornelius O'Neill and Ellen. Now there's one for you, GV. Sarsfield Court in Canada. What was her surname? Ellen something O'Neill. Time Cow?
Eileen. Tim
Cow? I'll show the viewers. Ellen.
Eileen, is it?
Sorry, Eileen. Time Cow or Tim Cow O'Neill, Sarsfield Court and Canada, August the 31st, 2000.
So the oldest one here goes back to 1770.
1770 right up to 2000 being this one here. So then we have loads just in here, kind of all hidden. This one is quite beautiful. We have The ivy, the hands in prayer, the burial place of the O'Leary and Byrne families. 1965, 1965, and it says their son Thomas, 1928, and then nothing. So maybe Thomas, their son Thomas, is still with us. Please God, he is. As my gimbal tries to settle itself. In behind there, we have railings. They're almost completely covered in ivy as well. And just in behind all of that brush and bramble, we have a beautiful memorial here with an urn on top, which is beautiful. It's almost completely hidden now at this stage. And
Wonder what that.
I don't know, it looks like some sort of, I don't know, was it a door? No, do you know what that looks like to me?
Fireplace?
Yeah, like an old stove front or something. Just the things you find, honest to God. Yeah. You just never know what you find in these old places. But the twins are just there. May they rest in peace. What a tragic story. You know, horrific for the family, of course. But we've had people coming and going, which is, you know, lovely to see that they're coming to visit still. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. We have a 3-hour journey home, or 3.5 hours journey home. So we're going to hit the road. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave me a comment. Let me know what that name says. Eileen, something O'Neill. Let me know where you're from. Where are you looking from? But for now, guys, take care. God bless. And I'll talk to you all again soon. What the heck is that? Yuck. Anybody know? Does he resemble somebody?